You're straight, but straight. Straight.
Mm. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends. What's up, friends?
Hey,
What
hey,
up,
hey.
Sean?
Gang,
The
gang.
petty
Hello,
gang,
Shan.
gang, petty
Gang.
gang.
Petty
Gang.
gang. Petty gang.
You need
Did
like
you
an
see
alarm
that?
going
Wait,
off behind that.
hold on, y'all. Hold on. Pause. Somebody missing it. Somebody here. Hop on. Who this woman?
Right, she got to introduce herself.
It's
What's
me.
up,
What's happening?
It's been forever and a day. What's going on?
I
What's going on with
know.
you guys?
Child. Everything and a million. I don't know. What's up? What's up with you? Where you been? How you feeling?
Ain't seen you in the month of
I've been
Sundays.
good, chilling. I'm filling in for Nikki B.
All right.
She's on a little break vacation right now, so I'm just doing a little filling and wanted to hang out.
I know we could take vacations. I need to look at my
Oh,
contract.
I think I want to talk to HR about my damn
Right.
shit. 'Cause listen.
Oh, y'all got
PTO I can use.
Right.
Say y'all,
Now,
so
everybody
y'all
want
got
vacation.
contracts.
Mhm.
Right.
I ain't got no contract. I'm
Listen,
volunteer.
so you working for the free then? That's what you got. You got an objection to that?
Yeah, I'm volunteer. Shit.
Oh,
That's like she
Lord.
didn't.
Not at the soup kitchen, though.
Man.
What,
Wow.
man? What's going on, E? What you on? What you drinking on?
Right now, I'm drinking on some tequila, man. I ain't been doing nothing. I just got back in town a few days ago. I've just been chilling, really.
What's going on? What's going on, Rafi? I'm sorry. True.
You know, same old. I'm sipping on some tequila too. E.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Hey,
This is about to be a real
going to be
interesting podcast.
Hey, here's the E.
Hey, this is gonna be an
Here's
interesting
the E.
episode.
Okay.
Cheers. Clean, clean.
What y'all chasing it with?
Right.
Life.
Right. A
That's
little,
what I'm chasing it with.
little saliva.
Said a little
That's
saliva.
it. That's it. Little saliva. That's it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see y'all.
Yeah, but I'm just sitting up relaxing. I went back to work for corporate America.
What?
You don't sound too happy about it.
Yeah, no, I'm not. You know, because I left for a reason. You feel me? But
Remind you of that reason now.
you know, right. So, I have a new job. I mean, they paying me swell, and that's the only reason why I went back a lot sooner than I wanted to, because I was working on my own business. You feel me?
Okay.
And just with this COVID stuff, I probably just left prematurely. You feel me?
Oh.
So I went back. I actually started back Monday. It was my first day.
All right, congrats.
Right. Hey, I brought him some Jolly Ranchers.
Oh my God.
Did you have your first day fit together and pack your lunch and everything?
Right.
Nah, I left for lunch. Like, I'm the boss, you know?
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, so
He fancy.
I don't know what they thought they was gonna get, but I had a big bag of Jolly Ranchers. I went out to the car and got them and passed them out and, did my little presentation and went through expectations and but
could y'all imagine Truth is somebody boss?
The boss.
I'm pretty sure it's not the truth that we get on the
boss.
It's not the truth we get on the podcast.
Right.
Yeah, trust me.
We get the government name at work.
That's been
right.
major.
That part.
Yeah, it's been major adjustment.
Okay.
Like,
What's
then
going
I gotta
on with
get up.
you, Shan?
Shit,
Man, getting ready for these kids to come back home, dog.
When they come back,
they'll be back in a couple weeks, but yeah, man, getting ready to jump back into mommy mode. That's all. Summer has come and gone, so that's what I'm on.
I feel that. Okay. Well, what mode you been in?
Yeah,
hot girl summer. That's what I've been.
Okay.
Hot girl summer. That's what I've been on. And I got 2 more weeks left, and I'm about to make the most of it. That's for dog.
She about to turn
up
like
the grand finale at the strip club.
Come on.
Oh,
only thing I'm not gonna fall and hit my chin. That's for sure.
Hell no.
No. All right. Let's jump into the news that you can use. The first thing on our list. Let's give an honor to God, who is the head of our life, and wish our great Aunt Nikki a happy 58th birthday. Happy birthday, Whitney. Happy birthday, Whitney. What is y'all's favorite Whitney Houston song?
I tried. I'm so sorry. I tried.
What is it? Cause I'm your baby tonight.
I'm your baby tonight. That's mine. I love that.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
What about you, True?
Whitney Houston.
Yep. Your favorite song.
I'm gonna go with that. What's
the Bodyguard? I'll always love you. Yeah.
Kevin Costner. Yeah, that was dope right there.
Yeah. They say I think with Whitney and somebody else, Tony Braxton, like they hit songs. They don't usually like their hit songs. It's weird. Like they never really liked the song.
But you gotta remember that the record labels pick your hit songs. You don't get to pick. Yeah.
Yep, I think I heard that she didn't really like her hit song.
All right.
Normally, your hit song don't like really portray your talent like that.
No, and again, it's picked by the record label. You have nothing to do with it. They go through all your songs and they be like, okay, so we think this is gonna be a bop. We're gonna put this out first. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Next on our list, have y'all seen Tammy and Waka Flocka's first day of school outfit?
No.
They went to school.
The daughter.
I admonish y'all to go back to the group chat and look at that thing. Child, she looked like she was being somebody's naughty little schoolgirl. Ain't no way in the world she passed the slap test with that skirt. Ain't no way.
How old is she?
Nah.
How old is Charlie?
Yeah, that's
she gotta be like 17.
Nah, I saw that. And I'm just like, are you serious?
Yeah, but okay, so Tammy spoke out about it. And she basically was like, there are way too many people over sexualizing, Charlie at this point. And, little Becky and little Karen get to wear their Daisy Dukes and Ugg boots and don't nobody say nothing.
Man, you know what? She ignorant as fuck.
Ain't no way in the world I would be able to send my daughter to school. And if you look at little Charlie is not so little. Like she got her mama's size and she got a little bit of a butt on her, and
is that her with the heels on?
Yeah.
With the little skirt and the shirt.
Why she wearing heels to school?
Heels?
I mean,
with some shorts?
It's like some boots to go with the skirt outfit. It's cute.
She looked like a full-grown woman. And I know she acting like one and she getting treated like one too.
How old is she?
Apparently, I don't know how old Charlie is, but I just saw an episode of their show where Charlie has come out of the closet and apparently she's gay.
Well, it is what it is.
Nah, I
mean, hey, like I said, I don't know. I think there should be an age limit on even making claims like that. You know what I mean?
So wait, would you say she's in middle school or elementary?
No, Charlie has got to be at least a junior in high school. She's either a junior or a senior, but she's old.
Oh, okay.
But you know, back when we was in high school, we could not wear outfits like that without, especially shout out to GRPS. When you went to GRPS schools, you had to do what they called a slap test. And they'll be waiting on you at the door. And if your shorts or your skirt was too short, they'll have you put your arms all the way up and slap down at your sides. And if your skirt or your shorts didn't touch the tips of your fingers, you was going to the office so you can go home and change.
They did that at church.
and my daughter's Catholic school too. And they wear skirts, you know what I mean? But theirs had to be a certain length. Like that's it's just I'm a man, you know what I mean? And I'm like when I see that picture, you know, when I saw it for the first time, for one, I didn't know this was a child. Okay,
right? She got Tammy's thighs and butt.
I didn't know this was no child, a baby.
Yep, she definitely is.
Don't nothing scream virtue about how they let this little girl leave the house dressed. Period.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're right.
He said a junior in high school, you look like
she at least a junior.
Yeah, but you look like a veteran from the strip club. Shit.
Not a vet though.
A veteran.
Not a vet. Yes. So I don't know. There was a lot of backlash about that, but apparently Tammy feels how the way she feels and she sees nothing wrong with it. Moving on.
Yeah, well, she a thought. So she raised the thought. Like, yeah, she a thought.
She did. The article did say that she had Charlie when she was rather young.
She was a thought.
They were basically saying, you know, like who Charlie's real father is and how Walker stepped in and helped raise Charlie or whatever. But yeah, she apparently she doesn't see anything wrong with her outfit. So
because she's a thought.
I don't know.
But moving on from Thoughtville.
I hate it here. Dr. Dre is in the news again. And this time for something different. So apparently Dr. Dre's daughter, Latanya Young, who's 38 with 4 children, is homeless. And she drives for Uber Eats and works for DoorDash just to kind of make ends meet. However, she's having a little bit of financial trouble now, and she's been reaching out to her father for help, but apparently he's refusing to help her. The article I read said that he had stopped helping her back in early 2020, which I think, you know, for a 38-year-old mother of 4, what have you been doing all this time? You know what I mean? Like,
that's why I don't see anything wrong with what he's doing.
So
I mean, it's like, you know, we don't know the story behind it. Like, why did he stop supporting you? Number one, but number 2, I get her age, but if you have been supported by your father this far and then he just stops, I can see how that could be hard for her too.
If your daddy been supporting you from all this time and you're 38, why haven't you taken that money that he's been giving you, which she was allowed an allowance? And Dr. Dre is worth $800 million. So I'm sure whatever money he was giving was keeping her, obviously, because we ain't heard about nothing since now. How come you haven't taken that money and at least bought yourself a house, put a down payment on a house, maybe asked your dad to help you solidify a plan for your life or put you on to some type of a plan that will help you be successful and sustain your own life? I don't understand these entitled kids be killing. So
the article that I read was that she started talking ish about Dr. Dre to certain media outlets. And like I said in the group chat, you cannot bite the hand that literally feeds you.
But okay, I got a whole different spin on this. You know what I mean?
And you coming from a dad's point of view too.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But more so, like, I know people in Cali, you know what I mean, that know her, the mom. You know what I mean? And for one thing, Dre they got 3 daughters altogether. She had 3 kids by this man. And the daughter, she was sort of, coming at him via social media, but that's only because she hadn't spoke to Dre since she was like 20 years old, personally. When she deals, when she actually communicates with her father, it's through a mediator.
Because the article I read did say that she was trying to reach out to her father through the lawyer, but
she's been trying to reach out to him for about 2 decades. You see what I'm saying?
But it also said that he had been supporting her for about 18, almost 20 years.
For the last 18 years. Yeah, and she fell on hard times during COVID. She's a single mom. And she got to do what she got to do. What I think what she's doing is virtuous, because a lot of girls, like the Waka Flocka daughter, they would have went to the strip club to start making money. You see what I'm saying? So, my thing is, just like as a father, like, okay, I done supported you all this time. I'm damn near a billionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm a fucking billionaire. That's my seed.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you finish.
What you going through? Like, what do those kids got to do with it? Then,
exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, but them is her. Wait a minute, though. See, but wait, them is her responsibilities. Why is you having so many kids if you can't afford them?
But listen, maybe that wasn't the plan. I can't speak to all of that, But I'm
they
saying
still
is
his grandkids and
but what grandchildren, bro? You're worth damn near $1 billion, homie.
But notice what Nene said,
bro.
Get out your feelings, Nene said grandchildren. That means that they have parents.
I understand.
It doesn't matter when you're a billionaire.
But you're not entitled to his money.
Okay, and we're still talking about Dr. Dre. You see how Dr. Dre got it out the mud. He literally got it out the mud. So if you saw my work ethic and you know my work ethic, Dr. Dre has even been at a low point in his career and he made a comeback, right? And so if Dr. Dre has that kind of work ethic, what the hell are you missing?
So my thing is, I don't know.
You're not entitled to my money because you my kid.
Nah, I mean, but in all actuality, you are though. I mean, I got it out the mud too. Like this job I just started. This is the closest I've ever been to making like a 6-figure salary. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And me, myself personally, like, if I was worth $1 billion. Like, we're gonna get you a house. It don't matter.
And it's gonna be paid off. It's not even gonna be
so if nothing else, you're gonna always have a place to stay. This is the least I can do.
At least she could do.
That's the least. I'm gonna say you got too much.
Wait a minute.
And even if
I struggled so hard. I went so hard. I didn't start drinking alcohol till I was 44 years old. That's my right-handed guy. And I just turned the 50 piece in June.
With your old boy.
For real, I'm seasoned. You feel me? But I said that because I didn't want to take nothing from my children.
But true.
That's
why.
What you're saying. I went so hard,
how do we know?
Bro, so they wouldn't have to.
But how do we know?
That was my struggle. That was my motivation.
But she could be mismanaging money. She could have a habit. She could be mismanaging money.
But that's why you
so many underlying things.
She could. I mean, her brother died from a drug overdose. You know what I mean? That very well could be the case. I'm not saying that.
So you can help as much as you want.
But I'm worth $1 billion, B.
Yeah, I think that.
And you're not gonna be homeless.
If he had been supporting her this long, he should have put things in place so that she was straight. He could have got her a house. He didn't have to put a house in her name. He could have just got her a house. This is your house. You could all your bills, everything is paid off. So you're not homeless. You're not sleeping in your car. That's number one.
That's all I'm saying.
And she did say in the article, she did say that, you know, sometimes she stay with family members, sometimes she stay with friends, but a lot of most of the time she's living out of her car.
Maybe
so she could live in a house.
Maybe if he would have been bought her a house, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
I will say that. I probably couldn't have given you an allowance, like just free my money, like you have access to my money. But I probably would have given you a house that you didn't have to like pay the taxes on the land or nothing like that.
That's it. That's it.
And at least you got somewhere to stay. But the utilities are up to you. And if they don't get paid, then I don't know what to tell you. But at least you got something. I probably would have bought you a car or two so that you could transport the kids back and forth. Like that would have probably been my only contribution. Absolutely. But everything else,
I hear.
That's it. But
I hear everything y'all saying, but you can't talk mess about me to the media.
You cannot. You can't talk mess about me and expect me to help you out.
You can't talk about me and I'm taking care of you. Yeah.
No, well, she actually. Well, she actually
that's family business.
You know, she sort of blew a fuse on that because, like I said, she's been having to go through a mediator all this time, and she frustrated. She probably felt like she had a low point in her life, and she was like, "Guess what, then, Daddy? If you ain't gonna motherfucking come to you, I'm gonna make you come to me," and that's what happened. My daughters did things that I wasn't proud of, but they made the decision like they finna get a reaction out of my ass. You know what I mean? And sometimes no ain't just as cut and dry as you want it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's move on.
All right.
Another story in the news. Miss Kenya Moore is in the news again herself, and this time she's the one filing for the Kenya Moore from the Atlanta Housewives.
Okay.
She is filing for the divorce this time. You know, originally, her husband, Mark Daly, the child's father, and her ex-husband filed for divorce, but they never saw it through. So this time, she's actually filing for the divorce, and she is petitioning the court for sole legal and physical custody of their daughter.
Of course.
At this point, I just, you know.
Why they divorcing though? Why?
She said that this was basically irreconcilable differe's. They just not.
Okay. So why didn't she go along with it the first time?
So
I don't know. I think she was. I mean, here's the thing about divorce. Nobody wants to divorce their husband if they see that maybe there's potential that y'all could work some stuff out, right? Maybe you want to try counseling, you want to try a couple different things, but at some point when you see that, all right, you know what, this just ain't gonna work, you proceed with divorce. And maybe that's where she is now. I kind of think that this might be like a storyline to keep her on the Atlanta Housewives, but whatever.
I think you would go to counseling before you
I just want to know
why
that's like a cop out, irreconcilable differences. But what's disturbing, I'm like, okay.
But I mean, have you seen the way that her husband interacts with her?
No, because I don't even watch the show. I think they're all.
He don't want to be married to Kenya. He don't.
That's why I said. That's why I said she should have went with that the first time.
And it's probably her fault. It is this time. It's probably. I don't know
whose fault it is, but
because
all I know is
if it was his, she'd tell you. She'd tell the world. He did this. He did this.
But she has definitely. She's told the world about, you know, him cheating on her and women calling her house and all of that stuff.
She's ran through. And
she
just used up. She ran through. But what's disturbing,
like she want to divorce him and not have him divorce her. I'm gonna get you before you get me.
She's ran through. But what's disturbing is that
you ain't even seen the show. How you gonna say she ran through?
She ran through.
Because wait a minute though. True has a point. Kenya Moore been in and around the industry for a really, really long time.
And before that, she was doing all the beauty pageants and all that. I know who she is.
Who is she though? Like outside of Housewives, who is she?
She was Miss USA, and I forget what year, but you know, she's from Detroit. Okay. She has that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like she's been in the industry. In fact, she was in the Waiting to Exhale movie in the beginning, if you remember. The dude that Whitney Houston was coming to the. Okay, never mind. But I mean, Kenya Moore has been in television shows, movies, all kind of stuff. She's been in and around the industry.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I know her first husband. He from Flint. Played ball against him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna, mention the brother name, but he played at Michigan State. Like, I knew who she was long before normal, you know what I mean? America, but I'm like, she just ran through, she busted. But why is she going for sole custody of that baby though?
Because I think he has had a hand in saying the do's and the don'ts as far as like her taping, her taking the baby different places, and she just doesn't want him, and the baby is with her 90% of the time. And so she just kind of feels like, if I take care of the baby all by myself most of the time anyway, let me just go to, you know what I mean? I care for her. She spends more time with me.
Is he rich?
He is. He has a couple of restaurants in New York and he does a couple other things, but he got some bread.
Okay, so he don't have time to be there, but you got credit cards and all that.
And I mean, even when they were married, when I watched the show, he was never really around too much. He would be in New York and she would be in Atlanta. And, he would be taking care of on the show. There, and then he would, come home sometimes. And he did make a few appearances on the show, not many, but he did make some appearances on the show.
Yeah, I mean, he was out earning the lifestyle that she was living. He was paying for it. So if you can't spend time, well, spend the money. If you ain't got no money, bro, you got to spend time.
It's one or the other.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. All right, moving along.
Yeah, she ungrateful.
Yeah, how many more news stories you got?
I got one more, and this one is so near and dear to my heart, and I am so excited. Aaliyah Dana Houghton's music will debut on all major platforms August 20th, 2021, and I cannot wait to rock the boat. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I have been waiting for them to release her music since she died, and you cannot find that music anywhere other than YouTube. I'm so excited. I don't understand.
Like, don't nobody got her music on CD or anything?
I mean, yeah, but you can't find it on Spotify, on Apple Music, you can't find it nowhere. Nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. So you don't have to, not you, but people don't have the CDs in them.
I'm sure, like people who still have CDs, of course, but how many of us really do with all the gadgets and stuff we have now?
Right.
A lot of cars still have CD players in them.
So you saying
anyway?
They said it was a fight to post her music too.
Yeah, her family would not.
Why? I never understood that. Why?
I'm not really sure.
Because they probably couldn't get no rights to the master, so they weren't gonna get no money off of it.
Because her death was sudden.
They get money.
Yeah, they weren't gonna get no money.
So she was probably taking care of them.
Absolutely.
And I think it was a whole legal battle that was coming with that too, because they thought that they, because they are her family, they should have the say so on whether her music be released or not. But that's not the way the music.
But ain't it more her uncle than her mama? It's like her uncle over it.
I think it's her uncle and her brother.
It's not even her mama. It's her uncle.
Yeah, I think it's her uncle and her brother.
And on some Britney Spears shit.
Yeah, basically. But anyway, all right, let's get into today's topic. We done took enough time for the news. All right. So today's topic, we are definitely going to discuss new era dating and the opinions and rhetoric of Kevin Samuels. This man has been problematic, in my opinion, with all of his his thought processes, his opinions, his just he's a narcissist and I can't stand him. But as it relates to new era dating, I'll admit some of his opinions are not far off. I just think that his delivery is totally whack, the way that he speaks about it. And I'm curious to know what you all think about some of the articles and videos that you all have seen, and things that you've heard about Mr. Kevin Samuels.
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
Sure.
I despise the cat. To be totally honest. Yeah,
you're the first man that I've ever heard say that.
No.
Everybody else is like, I don't see what's wrong.
Nah, because I have daughters. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And if I knowingly and openly seen a man talking to my daughter the way he talked to some of these sisters out here, it'd be game over.
Oh my
Period.
God.
It'd be game over. And you know, and you was exactly right when you said his delivery. It ain't a lot of the context of what he's saying. You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, you foul. And if anybody, you got a platform now to where you can uplift Black women. You know what I mean? Especially Black women. You know, and it's like you talk down on them, like you sound like you hate them.
Yeah.
You know, and just because you just a devil in a nice suit. That's it, as far as I'm concerned.
A lot of people have even questioned his sexuality as it relates to his opinions. Like, does he feel that way because he's really, like a gay man for real, and that he doesn't really know, what it's like to really be in a relationship with a woman. Also,
it's something.
I think somebody told me that he had been married like 2 or 3 times. And how in the world can you give an opinion about what women should do in relationships and marriages, and you've been divorced so many times? And you've been divorced that many times. Is it them or is it you?
It's him. It's absolutely him. And if you're gonna take relationship advice from this cat who ain't got no background, no degree, and none of that. Actually, I believe he had like a engineering degree or something like that. You know what I mean? If you're gonna take advice from him, you might as well relationship advice from him. You might as well take medical advice from Donald Trump. Shit.
And Jack bleaching yourself to get rid of COVID-19.
Right?
That's hilarious. No, I actually think that so I don't agree with his delivery at all. But I do think that some of the things that he says I can agree with. So it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, yes, your delivery is off. But some of the things that you're saying, yes, I do believe that it's true, and there are things that we can work on, because he actually speaks to men and women. I know a lot of the videos that go viral is mostly when he's talking to a woman, but he talk crazy to the men too. That's just his delivery. But if the delivery makes you miss the message, I think sometimes his delivery makes people miss the message. So that's just my take on
He remind me, like, I think that he's nothing like that in person. You know what I mean? Like, if he was to see me, you know what I mean? I believe he would have a whole different demeanor, and I'm 6'4", 245. I know he would have a whole different demeanor, because the demeanor that he shows, like the person he wants you to believe he is, would get killed out here on these streets. He'd get killed.
What about you, E?
Yeah, what about you, E?
He probably soft as butt.
Rock with Kevin Samuels. I like what he say. I rock with him. I'm like y'all. I don't agree with 100% of what he says,
Yeah.
But I do believe if people, and not just with Kevin Samuels, I believe this with anything, you have to get over how a person delivers something and listen to the message. And a lot of stuff he says, I agree with. I think it's right. I think it's correct. Can he be abrasive? Yes. Is he loud?
There go them damn Virgos and they unpopularized opinions again. Dang.
Like, can he be loud and abrasive? And yeah, he cut people off. Yeah, but a lot of stuff he say be some real stuff. Like, okay, cool. I'll rock with it. Yeah, I like Kevin Samuels.
I will say this. Sometimes he does like a rating system. So he'll rate the women that come on the show. He'll ask them what their dress size is, their height. And so they say, oh, my dress size is this and this is my height. And he'll say, well, you're too big for this quality man, or he'll
and see that's even that okay.
So I will say
that's my problem.
Right?
That's some belittling ass shit.
Yeah,
but that's not what he does though.
About their appearance and their weight and everything like that. And so one of the things that I do believe, for me, I don't feel like I would fit into his standards of what the quality men want, but I feel like I don't have a problem with dating quality men. So it's like, yeah, I think that works for some people, but it's a little bit of the personality.
He's just playing into the psyche norms. Like, what woman doesn't want to date a quality man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Let me just say this. So everybody on this show know that I'm a woman of a particular size. I'm a plus size girl. Okay. My dress size is about an 18-20. Okay. And I have never, and I do mean never, had an issue with dating quality men. Not ever. Have I been, you know what I mean? Have I dated some guys that, give me a run for my money or giving me a little trouble than others? Absolutely. But as far as their own person, they've been men of substance, they've had jobs, they've had their own cribs, they have their own cars, they've had money, if they have kids, definitely take care of their children. A lot of them fit a certain social status. Like, I've never had that issue. So my thing is for you to sum up a plus size woman and say that,
what he does, though.
I'm not done talking. To say that because I'm a plus size woman and I happen to be a mother of 2 children, that I don't deserve a quality man. I'm sorry, what?
Right.
That's not what he says, though.
Have you been listening to his videos? Or
what does he say?
What
does he say, E? What do you say, E?
So a lot of times, what he'll do, he'll say, like, I think he said, like, Kelly Rowland is a 10. A lot of the times he asks the women the questions and they answer it themselves. And a lot of times, and it's nothing wrong with having self-esteem about yourself. Like, everybody should. But a lot of women will come on and they say, well, I'm a 10. I'm a 10. I'm a 10. And he'll say, well, you put yourself on the same level as Kelly Rowland? Every woman is not on the same level as Kelly Rowland.
Everybody ain't Kelly Rowland, though.
I think he might rate
exactly.
I think he rates Beyonce and Kelly Rowland on the same scale, and he says an 8. I think he says an 8 for them.
I think Kelly is a 10 because I know he puts Beyonce under Kelly Rowland.
Yes.
Okay,
Beyonce at an 8.
She's a 10, okay, to him. But like, what constitutes a 10? Like, is it wealth? That's part.
That's all, and I feel like that's all preference based. That's all preference based. I might be a 10 to E, but I might be a 4 to True.
And I know some women who broke as fuck, but I mean, well, they ain't broke as fuck, but I mean, they carried themselves in such a way when they out in public and all of that, like
that you would never know.
Like, period. And who's to say that they supposed to be confident?
Like, but he's not saying the woman has to have a certain amount of wealth because
we gotta be realistic though.
Most wealthy men don't require for their woman to make a certain amount of money. That's what he's saying.
No,
and so
right. I mean, I agree.
And then he's talking.
And so, if you can't bring money to the table, he's saying, "You're with your appearance. What can you bring to the table?" And so that's why he raced them to say, "Okay, well."
Okay, but
and then he talks about like the high value man.
That only applies though to people who are factoring in how much money someone makes before I commit my whole self to them. You know what I mean? Like if money is at the basis, then yeah, you're gonna go off that. But there's plenty of people that make $40,000 a year that's madly in love with each other. You know what I mean? So,
but in truth, that's exactly what that's kind of where he comes from. Like, if you're seeking a man making $110,000 a year, and you're a single mother of 2, 3, 4 kids, what is it about you that's gonna make this man want to be with you if he's making this amount of money?
And that, but I'm saying, but that's such a ambiguous question. You know what I mean? Because it depends on the man.
But that goes back to what I was. But that goes back to what I was saying.
Most men make more money than their spouses. Like,
but truth, that goes back. So if you guys really watch his videos, the women answer the questions he asks. And he'll ask them, what kind of man are you looking for? What do you want? What do you want? You know, how much does he have to make? Do you want this? Do you want that? The women answer it, and he says, well, you're a mother of 3 or 4. You want a man that's making $110,000 a year. What about you is gonna make that man want you?
What about me being a mother is going to turn around a high value man? I'm not asking you to come in here and be daddy. And as far as you concerned, my children have a father. Ain't nobody asking you to step and be a stepdaddy.
Yeah,
that still don't have to be a stepdaddy
so
in some way. Like,
because men, bro,
you're going to have to be a male figure in my house, and you will have to have a relationship with my kids. But ain't nobody telling you to assume all responsibility over my children.
But if they live under his roof, they are
fine.
But
under whose roof?
If y'all get married,
and he's not the only person making money in the house. So what are you talking about? So are you saying that somehow we're all moving into his house? Because that doesn't happen either.
There's no right question for the.
I'm sorry, my name is not Tanya Young. I'm not homeless.
Yeah, I didn't say you were, but you gonna move it to his house?
No.
I'm not. We could be getting a house together.
I was just about to say, okay, so y'all get a house together. I'm still that man I'm the head of the house. Not saying me, but the man is the man of the house.
Yeah, all that. Okay. Look,
this is where I'm gonna say I love my best friend, but me and him can have this conversation all day.
Let me ask you something, E. Okay, E is engaged right now. Let me ask you something, E. If your fiance was to lose her job, do you call off the wedding? If she was to lose her job tomorrow, do you call off the wedding?
No.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So there's no right answer to the questions that he asked, because what y'all building, it ain't predicated on
based on how much money she made.
But truth, correct. What you're saying is
that was
what you're saying is right.
You know what I mean? That's some bullshit.
Truth, what you're saying is correct. There's no set in stone right answer. But it's a right answer for your situation.
That's some bullshit. Hey, what if she thinks she just got that wow? Huh? He might have just married her because look, a brother marry a sister, bro, because she done made his toes curl. You know what I mean?
I know that happens all the time.
You know, so
I think
half of these chicks that's on these reality shows right now come from the bottom. And what did they have going
right place,
for them?
right time.
A couple of them was athletes, you know, a couple of them was aspiring actresses, but most of these chicks was just normal girls. They had really nice bodies and they was willing to do anything.
But truth, they was at the right place at the right time.
Shit, well, that's destiny. That's all. Homie.
Like what Kevin,
that's destiny.
What Kevin said is, I agree with you, True. One answer is not a blanket answer. But like what Kevin Samuels does, he asks every person that comes on, like Nene said, if it's a man or a woman, he asks them a question, they answer it. So when it depends on your answer, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Don't know man, don't know woman want X, Y, and Z.
But
how many? Right. And he's not saying every man in America. He's just saying the probability. Because how many men make? Because it's I think he's talking about
he's talking about high value
millionaires. Men. He's talking about millionaires. So how many millionaires do you know?
Is he even a millionaire himself? How can he speak for the millionaire man?
No.
I think he is. But he says how many millionaires are taking a woman with, 5 kids that
don't even date women. How he know what?
that has 5 kids that's overweight that looks like 3 and making them their wives. And so that's what is based off of studies that he's done.
Yeah, there's a lot of cats.
See his research. I really would. I want to see his published research.
Listen, there's a lot of cats that want trophy wives. You see what I'm saying? But everybody can't have a trophy wife. And I once saw a study like some years ago. And why can't a
plus-size woman be a trophy wife?
But
because it's all about how she views herself. Ain't
it's about his preference too.
A high quality man, it has a preference. He can choose whichever woman he wants to be with.
Exactly.
Whether we like it or not, because sometimes he'll even like men that call in, if you make 70, 80K a year, he'd be like, well, this is not a topic for you because you don't even earn
what
you're supposed to earn in order to even have that evaluation. If you make 70, 80K, you might pick a 6 or a 7 to marry. Maybe a 5.
Wait, what was you gonna wait? What was you gonna say?
Every man.
So his conversations are targeted towards high value men, which is people making, I'm gonna say 6 figures or more.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put myself, if I'm a man making 6 figures or more, I don't have any kids, I'm working, I'm this, I'm that, and the other. Again, what would a woman make with 3 or 4 kids? What does she have that would make me want to make her my wife? And that's his thing. He's not talking to the people making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. He's not talking to them.
Yeah.
Can I answer that?
Mm-hmm.
To piggyback off that, you said what would make a woman or a man want to choose that woman? He trusts her, bro. He trusts her. They did a study many years ago about professional male athletes and the women that they marry. And the women that they marry. And it was like in the high 80 percentile that a lot of these athletes, when they became professional athletes, whether it was the NBA, the NFL, or professional hockey or baseball, they married like their high school and college sweethearts.
Yep.
So, but true. So then that's the thing.
These women, that's their high school and college
that's somebody you gotta
report. They don't have 4 or 5 kids to bring to the table, and they may not. You know what I mean? So
some of
them actually do though.
To add
not 4 or 5. If it's a high school sweetheart, whose kids are the 4 or 5 kids? Maybe it's their kids. So yeah, that makes sense for them to want to marry. But if you got 4 or 5 kids from high school and that doesn't make sense. That wouldn't be the woman you're talking about.
Well, no, but in all actuality, it was because that's who they trusted. That's the person who knew them before they had these millions, or
and that's the caveat to it all.
$multi-million contract.
Hold on, E. Wait, let him finish.
A lot of those men are high value men because they're professional athletes. But when they got their money, they married women that they already knew. This is what I'm saying. So every man has a preference. They had preferences. Now, will they cheat on their wives and all that? Of course. But when it comes down to who got these bank accounts, I've been knowing her since high school.
Okay,
LeBron
so what about
James,
what about the woman? What about the single man that is 40 years old that does not have a wife, that's not with his high school sweetheart? What type of woman do you feel like he would choose? That's who I'm talking about. We're talking about those types of women.
It depends on his confidence level, and it depends on the woman's confidence level that he come encounter with. I believe that.
In truth, that's what I agree with you on that.
Confidence is very attractive. I know brothers that you would think they had 6-figure salaries, the way they carry themselves. Flat out. And if that's what you're attracted to, and it is what it is. But I'm saying I think he's just off base because there's not a woman I know that's gonna call the show and be like, yeah, I'm a 3. All my homegirls gonna be like, I'm a 9, I'm a 10. Bitch, I thought you knew. Like, they gonna, of course.
I got a question though. Are we only considering a person to be high value based on how much money they have, not about their personality or the characteristics? Hold on, E. By the characteristics of their personality, how loyal they are, how kind and loving they've been to you. Are that none of that matters?
To me, it do, and I think he does talk about it a little bit, but I think what's at the basis of the majority of his conversations is financial. That's it.
So our relationship is gonna be based on a damn business deal. That's what you're saying?
That's what he's saying.
No,
that's not what I'm saying.
So the women that call into the show, they desire to have a high value man, which high value, i.e., 6 figures or more. So with that, he even tells them, hey, well, you want a high value man? It might come with this, it might come with that. He lets them know the guy's part on it too, and what that could bring possibly, and that the women say, well, they still want this. So even if you do pass the rate system, if you're talking to him and if you have an attitude, or if you're unwilling to compromise on things, he may say to you, well, a high value man is not gonna like the fact that you're not willing to compromise on X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I hear you. I just know that, I feel like 9 out of 10 men gonna marry somebody that they know and trust more than how much they worth.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
Well, guys, it looks like we are winding down. This has been an amazing conversation, and I have enjoyed the opinions of all of you guys. But let's roll into our closing thoughts. Nina, why don't we start with you?
Just a second. Go with E real quick.
Okay, E, why don't we start with you? Closing thoughts.
Happy birthday, Whitney. That's my closing remark. Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday, Aunt Nippy. Okay. True.
Yeah, I just I just want to say I feel a little bad for the baby, you know. I do. I like his music. That's good workout music.
This ain't got nothing to do with what we was talking about.
I'm just saying, you know.
He is so irritating. We're not even talking about him.
You know, okay. Well, I'm just saying.
And I'm gonna say, Dr. Dre's daughter, man, I feel so bad for her too. That's crazy.
As it relates to the topic at hand, y'all want to try this again?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like Kevin Samuels. I don't like it.
That's it. That's all you got.
I rock with Kevin Samuels.
That's it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I like some of the things that he says. Like I said, I don't agree with the delivery, but I do agree with some of the things that he talks about. So, yeah.
Well,
agree to disagree.
In the words of my mama, fuck him and feed him beans. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
We used to be a PG show.
Hey, Nene. She looked like Queen Latifah and Set It Off.
Cleo.
Not Cleo.
Cleo.